The Kenyan coast is a world of postcards, turquoise waters and white sands. But drive 80 kilometers inland into the suffocating scrubland of Chakama Ranch, and the air curdles. It carries the metallic tang of red dust and secrets. In March 2023, this 800-acre thicket was supposed to be a sanctuary. But when a father, fueled by raw desperation, led police past hand-painted signs for Bethlehem and Nazareth, he wasn't looking for a sermon. He was looking for his children. What they stumbled upon looked like a medieval plague pit. 15 people, skeletal, skin stretched like parchment over protruding ribs, hiding in the thorns. They weren't hiding from police. They were hiding from the prophet. 4 died before the sirens faded. The true horror wasn't those still breathing. It was thousands of square feet of disturbed earth and the tiny shoes left in the red dirt of Shakahola. Who was the architect of this wasteland? To understand the carnage, you must understand Paul Nthenga Mackenzie. Before he was a prophet, he was a taxi driver in Malindi, radicalizing passengers by day. By 2019, he claimed the world was ending in August 2023. He convinced hundreds to sell their homes, burn their ID cards, and pull their children from school to join him in the wilderness. He stripped them of their names, making them ghosts before they ever entered a grave. He told them that to meet Jesus before the Great Tribulation, they had to take the jet, their chilling code for suicide by starvation. Children fast first, then women, then men. While his flock withered, Mackenzie ate 3 meals a day, watching his fertilizer, his word for the dead, be planted in the red soil. For years, this was called a tragedy of brainwashing. But on January 17, 2026, the world learned the violent truth. Enos Amanaya, known as Hallelujah, stood before a judge in Mombasa and shattered the silence. His guilty plea for the murder of 191 children changed everything. Amanaya wasn't just a follower, he was an enforcer. This wasn't a peaceful fast, it was a military-style execution. Security teams patrolled with clubs and wire. If a child cried for water, or a mother crawled toward a nearby village, enforcers were there to silence them. Amanaya admitted watching his own children die before digging the very holes they were dumped into. The forest was an open-air prison where the guards were the people who called you brother. The forensic evidence from Chief Pathologist Dr. Johansen Odwar adds a layer no holy fast story can cover. Starvation was the primary killer, but autopsies revealed a sickening pattern of trauma. Strangulation and blunt force skull trauma across scores of children. If you took too long to die, you were a stumbling block and had to be helped along. The most chilling detail is what court documents now call the organ mystery. Signed affidavits filed in the Mombasa High Court claim specific bodies showed surgical-grade removal of internal organs. Precision decomposition alone cannot explain. While the government disputes this, investigators are examining whether Mackenzie's Good News Ministry fronted an organ trafficking syndicate beneath the forest floor. Were these victims harvested before their souls ever left Shakahola? As of March 2026, over 429 bodies have been confirmed exhumed, but more than 600 people remain unaccounted for, their fate still unknown. Families camped outside morgues, waiting on DNA results for remains in cold storage 3 years running. Then the nightmare expanded. In late 2025, a second site emerged in Binzaro village. 52 more bodies from the earth. The condition of some remains stopped investigators cold. Tissue preservation suggesting deaths as recent as mid-2025, 2 full years after Mackenzie's arrest. The cult wasn't a memory. It was still breathing. Someone was still giving orders. Someone was still digging holes. If you were a family member receiving a final message from a loved one inside that forest, would you have risked everything to break them out? Or would the fear of the enforcers have kept you away? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming. Part 2. The Forest of Shadows drops this Thursday at 1800 Watt. We're going inside the shadow graves of Binzaro and the secret diaries holding the final words of the lost. This is Echoes of the Unsolved 001. Somewhere in 800 acres of red dirt, the answers are still waiting. And so are the families.